Clear my thoughts with a little meditating. Out of nothing, opportunities creating. King Selassie, I don't stop, I get the praising. For eternity, we keep the fire blazing.
When you're winning, it's a sweet story. And when you're not, then the war is bitter. You quick to call me a sinner. Only that I know my history. So we have to give the King glory. Like a tree planted by the river. I smile with the sun. Can't keep you down, cause we have to red light. Stop.
Welcome to the official live drawing of the Supreme Ventures Lottery Games. This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, June 11, 2026. I'm Shrenika and welcome to the Supreme Ventures live game draw. Now, before we begin, let's have a quick look at the mid-morning winning numbers. All live draws are being supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now let's put some money in your top draw. This afternoon's jackpot is now $600,000. Here now your winning top draw numbers. Here we go. And first off the top draw this afternoon is 19, your second winning number. That's a solid number 20. Next in line is ball number 2. And following, we have lucky number 1. And for that $600,000, you're going to need 22. And now, let's pick your play with our dollars game. I hope you're feeling lucky. Keep those tickets out. Here we go. And of course, let's begin dollars with 28. Your second winning number, that's a double 22. And following, we have ball 29. Keep those tickets out because you're gonna need a lucky number 10, as well as ball number 8. 24 is next. And making its way down slowly but surely is 33. A solid number 20 follows. And the next in line is a golden 32. Lucky number 1 is next. And here comes ball number 3. And we wrap things up this afternoon with 19. And now for some easy winnings with our pick 2 games. So let's play. And first up for pick 2 this afternoon is 36. Your second winning number is 36. Now once again, your winning pick 2 numbers are 36 and 36. Up next, you can play it out of 3 ways. Of course, it's a pick 3 game, so let's play. And first up for pick 3 this afternoon is 6. Your second winning number, what's it gonna be? That's a 3. And the third and final winning pick 3 number is 7. Now once again, your winning pick 3 numbers are 6, 3, and 7. Now it's time to turn up your winnings. Get ready for pick 4. Here we go. And first up, what do we have? That's a 4. Your second winning number, that's a 1. And now what will your third winning pick 4 number be? 5. And the fourth and final is 9. Now once more, your winning pick 4 numbers are 4, 1, 5, and 9. Now this one, it is a full win, so let's heat things up with hot pick. And this afternoon's winning hot pick number is 9. So congratulations to all hot pick winners. Again, your winning number is 9. Now you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cashback winner, and let's see what the winning cashback number will be. And this afternoon's winning cashback number, here it comes, is 13, and the lucky mark is police. Now let's make those winnings, and of course, good luck. Here it comes. And a white ball has been selected, and now it's time to monitor those winnings, so good luck once more. And and a white ball was selected. Now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers, and of course, congratulations to everyone who won. And a huge congrats to our newest lotto winner who won the jackpot of $45 million. The winning ticket was purchased at YAK and Associates Company Limited at 15A Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13. And due to the live broadcast of the FIFA World Cup, the live 3 p.m. draw will be aired on JNN channel 14114 and Digiplay at channel 9. And please join us again at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Sharnika. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. If you're just joining us, we are on the road to success and we're journeying with none other than MAJAH Hype. So MAJAH Hype, before the little glitch and the cash pot break, you were in the process of just talking about the execution and how, you basically incorporate the characters, and sometimes you'll just give them MAJAH Hype live and that sort of thing. You have often said that, your comedy brings Caribbean people together. And you also said it earlier in the conversation, right? Why is that mission so important to you?
Growing up here in the States, most people could tell you that we are, as Caribbean people, it's like we are on the bottom of the totem pole, right? You have Black America, of course. You have the white people, the Caucasian people, and you have also, unified cultures and ethnic groups such as the Asian community, the Middle Eastern community. You have all of these communities that are unified and working together for the better of their culture and for the improvement of their finances, I should say, right? We are a culture that, we are segregated by oceans and seas, right? You have Jamaica, you have Trinidad, you have Grenada, you have Barbados, you have St. Vincent, St. Lucia, all of these people that claim this nationality, but they don't unify as a diaspora. And I feel like, to me, there's more strength in numbers, and there's when there's unity, you have more to move forward with, right? So for me, I feel like when I keep my shows, the reason why I could do a show in Kingston and have 3,000 people in there is because I'm not only just working with one demographic. I'm not only working with one nationality. I'm working with a multitude of people, right? So for me, I feel like the more that we unify, the more we can move forward and make differences within our culture, and on a worldwide, global basis, not just within our communities.
And this unification of which you speak, it is also, it's among like fellow Caribbean comedians. Absolutely.
I mean, not just, I'm thinking more for the better of the community, more than just entertainment wise. I mean, of course, you have so many different upcoming comedians nowadays that, are doing their thing. You have Junior Lee from Trinidad, you have Dino Crazy and all of these other people from Jamaica. And it's a good look for us because we need that. You know what I'm saying? When I first, when I first started doing comedy, the names that rung a bell for us was, Oliver Samuels, and, of course, you had the Miss Lou's from back in the days and stuff like that. But you also had people like Trevor Eastman from Barbados. You had people like Tommy Joseph from Trinidad. You had people like Sprang Alang from Trinidad. So you had many people, but that wasn't, for me, that wasn't my generation. Those were the people that I watched because my mother was watching those people and my father was watching those people, and sometimes we stay up late and we watch, Oliver Goes to Foreign and those things and but that wasn't really our demographic, our generation, right? So I felt there was a generational gap, and everybody was kind of concentrating on music. Everybody wanted to be a DJ, a singer, this and that. So for me, that's why I decided to execute on comedy, because it was a gap between the Olivers and us. You know what I mean? So that's where I feel like it was necessary for us as well. So yeah, I mean, it just builds the community for the better if we have unification.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On the note of unification, I was watching a live that you did, and in that live, you actually called Dale Elliott, who is also a comedian as well. What's the latest with that situation? Have you buried that hatchet?
There is no latest, There is no latest. It's just I spoke my mind. I spoke what I felt. Me personally, I am not the person that will try to hinder any situation or anything for anybody. I would never tell a director, don't use this person, or tell a promoter, don't hire this comedian. I don't live like that, and I feel like my blessings come from me being such a genuine person, right? So for me, I just don't tolerate that as well. So when it's done to me, I speak on it, and I'm not going to be the person that's going to just not talk on things and say, oh, I'm not going to speak on it because they're going to look at me a certain way or where. No, I speak about injustice. And that is where our culture comes from originally. When you hear Sizzla sing him song them, and I say, come to yourself, you cannot chase every skirt. When you hear Capleton sing song, and I burn out the Vatican and the this and the that, our thing, Bob Marley, Peter Touch, all of these people spoke out against injustice. So me no business who the guy. I'm gonna speak on it, whether it's gonna make me look like whatever I want me look like or not. Because at the end of the day, because right is right and wrong is wrong. So I never knew that I had an issue with this guy, or this guy had an issue with me. You understand? I just know that he was an upcoming comedian. I met him when I came to Jamaica. Everything was good on my behalf, but on his behalf, it wasn't good, because he's walking around telling people, oh, me not like how Majah did deal with me when we first meet him, and him kind of look down upon me, and and I want to take him spot. And the movie that because I don't know if people know this, right? But the person who did the movie that he is in, right? They called me to do the movie. I was supposed to be the coach for the runner in the movie. Out of the blue, the people them don't call me. I don't know what happened. You understand? And later on in life, I've realized that he played a big part in me not playing that role, because he told them he don't want to work with me. Now, if I don't know me, you have an issue, and we have a problem, and we don't have a problem as far as I'm concerned. How you ever tell people, say, don't use Majah in the movie? That don't make sense to me. You understand? And then now when we see you, you act like everything is good. You understand? You come around, you come to comedy shows, you're there around me and Michael Blackson, and you're going like me, you're good. But then when we take a picture, you crop me out of the picture and just put you and Michael Blackson, like you and Michael Blackson alone in the picture. That don't make sense to me. So to me, to how me raise, a man speaks based on his truth, right? And I'm not gonna play hypocrite with nobody. If me and you have an issue, I'm gonna pull you to the side. Nothing, don't mean we have to war, but I'm gonna tell you so that you are aware. Yo, listen, brother, me and you have an issue called where this the XY that happened, whatever happened. You don't just go around and stop people work and this and that and do them thing there, because at the end of the day, brother, we all are we in this together. You understand? It's better we unify more than against each other. You understand? But it just is what it is, and that's why I addressed it. I don't want the interview to be about somebody else.
Yeah, no, of course. No, absolutely.
I'm just clearing that.
Because on the notes of unification, like I had to bring that in, as well, because I saw it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Speaking of togetherness too, comedy has sparked a big controversy recently in the US, right? After some of the biggest comics came together for Kevin Hart's Netflix roast. Could you foresee Major Hype or top comedians like yourself collaborate for a similar format? I don't know, probably call it Caribbean roast or fry.
Well. There's not enough unification among comedians in the Caribbean, so I wouldn't see that happening, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just the truth of the matter, right? For me, I've done a roast for Marshall Montano, right, for his birthday. I think it was his 50th birthday. We did a roast, a live roast. There was me, Afian Crockett, Russell Peters, and a few other people, and we did a roast for Marshall Montano, right? But as far as bringing the Caribbean comedians together, to me, there's just a lot of animosity. There's a lot of bad mind. There's a lot of just segregation as far as Caribbean comedians is concerned. Me personally, I would like to think that I'm good with majority of the people. I have no problem with Christopher Johnny Daly. I have no problem with Duff Dan Shepherd. I have no problem with Pretty Boy Floyd. I have no problem with Junior Lee in Trinidad. I have no problem with Samson. I have no problem with nobody because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I am my own competition. You understand? I get up and try to beat myself on a daily basis. I don't worry about nobody else and nobody else content and what they might do and how they might do things. I do things my way, Major Hype way, and I continue to stay on the path that God has chosen me to be on. So I don't really have a problem with nobody unless issues like those arise. Then we have an issue.
Now, social media has helped build your career, but it can also amplify emotions in the heat of the moment. Have you ever posted something out of frustration and, later wish you could have taken it back?
Many times.
I had a feeling.
I'm a big name me I call no. You know how much time I turn on my live and I address things. All right, for example, if I could take it back, I probably wouldn't even address the Dale Elliott thing, right? But I'm the type of person that in the heat of the moment, when somebody do something that you know you don't deserve, you speak on it, right? And I've done that a numerous amount of times. So now I'm learning to not address everything. You understand? Certain things don't need to be addressed. Certain things don't need an answer. I don't reply to comments as I used to. I don't business. I'm just mainly focused on my career and doing the best that I can and to put my best foot forward as far as the culture is concerned, being looked at on a global light. So everything else I don't really business with. And I'm learning. I'm a work in progress. So I'm not perfect.
Yeah, we all
so
are.
Of course, there's a whole heap of things I've addressed that I shouldn't have. But alive.
Now, between 2020 and 2023, you faced, some of the most challenging moments of your career, including public allegations and legal troubles. During that period, did it ever feel like the end of Major Hype?
Of course. But when you're being accused of things that you have not done, and you expect your people that know you for a numerous amount of years, right? You never heard Major Hype name in no mix-up. You never hear no kind of scandal, nothing about me. And all of a sudden, this one person comes out and changes the whole narrative of who you are and the person that you have worked to become, right? Of course, you feel like, all right, well, this might be the end of it. And I've done what I possibly could do, and who believe, and who don't believe, right? But I feel like there are people that want to see the end of you, right? So regardless what you say, regardless of all the evidence that is there, regardless of all of the things that looks like the truth, they will never agree to it because of the dislike that they have for you, right? So, for example, I'll just say this one thing and we can move forward, right? Most of the times when you hear about certain allegations on people, right? You usually see one person come out, and then you see a multitude of people come out after and say, yes, are true. I was a victim of this as well. I was a victim of that as well. I've been this, I've been that as well. You never see that with my name. You see one somebody, I got to work upon me, right? And the one person is somebody that I introduced to the world, right? So at the end of the day, this is not my first relationship. So where is the other women that could attest to this behavior? You understand? If you are a sensible thinker and you are a critical thinker, you would say, boy, so what I'm to everybody else, are she alone? You understand? Nobody else never said that. So that in itself is showing the untruth of the situation. But it is what it is, and I can't speak fully on it until next year when my book is being released. See the book round there? See it round there? Yeah.
Okay. No, no, we're going to talk about that book as well. But looking back on that chapter of your life, though, Majah Hype, what lessons did you learn about yourself?
Leave fans alone and groupies alone. Leave them alone. Work with people that have something to lose, like how you have something to lose. You understand? When you let somebody into your life that don't have nothing to lose, you know, there's nothing that you cannot win. You understand? Somebody who, and also the biggest lesson that I've learned is that when God is removing people out of your life, let him do his work. You understand? God kept on removing this person out of my life, and I kept on going back to the person, which I should allow it from that time there. But through me is a man where I don't like failure, and I don't like to be proven wrong and all of these things. So I had to give it the best that I could possibly give it before I threw in the towel. And the results were what it was.
Whether privately or publicly, do you have any regrets about, how you may have handled that situation?
No, not really. No, I feel like God was in my corner the whole entire time, and at first, they were talking some ridiculous numbers and life in prison and all of these things, and I'm just like, wow. Like, how did we go? But I understand now why it was like that. When you're associated with the system is in your favor. So read between the lines of what I'm saying. But that person was associated with the system, and so was her background, her parents, and family members, and everybody else. So it was a civilian going up against a system that was designed to break us as black men, especially in this country. So it was what it was, and it did what it did, and I just, move forward.
I know like you said, your book is behind you. What's the title of the book, and when do you plan to release it?
So the name of the book is
yes.
Behind the Laughter, right? And I named it that because a lot of people, speak comedians, and it's always jokes, and it's always, tell me something funny and stuff like that. But there's a lot that goes behind the laughter, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that we are subjected to and still have this expectation to be funny and to be, humorous all the time, and to have this joyous personality all the time. Even when it's like when you're a comedian, it's like you cannot go through rough time. You cannot be in a bad mood. If I'm going into the airport, or I'm walking on the street, or I'm going grocery shopping, and somebody notices me, they always expect this jovial person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so it is what it is. So just giving my aspect of what life is behind laughter, and also that situation that you spoke about is definitely in this book as well. And the people will know the truth behind the story when the time is right. As I said, I have a year before I could talk about the situation fully. But as of right now, when the book is released, everybody will know what it is.
Okay. Now, the new film, Homage, what drew you to that project? And talk a little bit about your role.
I was called to audition for the role. At first, it was a role that I did not want to do because I actually am the villain in the movie, right? And but I took on the challenge because I wanted people to see me in a different light. It's not always comedic, and I wanted to show my diversity in the art of acting and stuff like that. So it's not a comedic role, and it was something that I wanted to challenge myself to do. Right. I've also done. I mean, Homage is doing well. A lot of people are, gravitating to it. They love it. People are watching it. They're sharing it, and it's a proud project for me and also the director, Miles Moosonen, and of course you have people like Niga Samara that's in the movie as well. DeMarco got a cameo in the movie as well. Harto, TikToker Harto, he's also in the movie as well. And it was an opportunity that I felt like I could give to those people. So I recommended for those people to be in the movie, and everything came together and meshed well. And it's a beautiful movie. So I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but I am the old time friend that come back for revenge. Put it like that.
Okay. And then you tell us that you're a villain. So you know, see up here bad
Yeah.
things you are going with.
Yeah. I'll be a fool in this, me, I did.
No, if Hollywood came calling tomorrow, right? Would you be willing to leave the Caribbean comedy lane behind?
No, no. I feel like I have to be true to myself, right? And it's not like I'm struggling or I'm not able to feed my family as who I am now, right? So I mean, if Hollywood wants major hype, then they have to accept the fact that I'm Caribbean, and and I have a Caribbean fan base and an audience, right? When I did my show on BET, they had to accept that as well, right? The fact that I'm Caribbean and that I have a Caribbean fan base and audience, and you gotta, like how the old people them used to say, you take the cow, you have to take the calf too, right? So you have to take my audience with me. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm open to growing and expanding into mainstream media and cinema and stuff like that, of course. But I have to be true to myself as well. So I mean, yeah,
Did
I'm always gonna be that.
did that opportunity with BET open doors for you?
I would say so. I mean, you never really know what opens doors, right? But you just see opportunities coming in, right? So I would say yes. There's more eyes that saw major hype, and probably more bookings and more people wanted to work with me and stuff like that. But you never really know, right? I've also did a movie with Kimani Mali that was supposed to be out a long time ago, but they're not gonna go there. Big up Kimani, my brother. Everybody I wait for the movie, brother. You understand? But I was told that it was gonna be out this year, right? The name of the movie is Vendetta, and Kimani Mali is in it, and so much other art people are in the movie. Celebrities are in the movie. I don't want to talk about anything until I get the green light, but that movie is also another movie that is going to do tremendously well when it is released. And I've just been working and just doing what I'm doing. So I don't know if other things open doors for other things, but I just know that I praise an awesome God, and God is steering my journey and fulfilling my purpose as He steers my journey. That's all I know.
No, your tour that's currently on, Don't Panic, Just Pray. Is there a story behind the title?
Of course. A lot of times, I've been in places where I didn't know. I didn't know what was on the other side. As you spoke on before, even with the situation, right? Um, I didn't know where I was going, right? But I did know that I praise a mighty God. I did know that God is in control of all things, and it taught me that. Um, Regardless of cancel culture, the only person who could cancel you is you and God. Nobody else can cancel you. You know what I mean? If you are a person that you stick to your knowledge, and you stick to your drive, and you give God his praise. There's no, I mean, my grandmother has been a Christian since I was a little kid, right? And she always said, why worry when you could pray? You can't pray and worry at the same time, right? So I wanted to just have people to look upon me and look at my testimony and my story and know that, listen, regardless of how things may look, with God, all things is possible. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to have people look at me as a beacon of light to know that no matter what you're going through in life, look what Major go through. And him still stand up on him 2 foot. Him still there. I do him thing. Him still a win. Him still a do show. Him still a book for movie. All of these things. The things that people expected not to happen after such a big raw deal, it's still happening. So God is good and God is real.
US, Canada, and the Caribbean. These are some of the stops on this tour. Where are you most excited to go?
I'm always excited to come back to Jamaica. The Caribbean is home, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I love Canada, taking nothing away from Canada, because I did 6 shows in Canada and all 6 shows were sold out. So of course, Canada is one of my biggest markets, and I love to go to Canada. I got to go to a place named Banff, Canada, which is, the Rocky Mountains in Canada. I got to experience nature and stuff like that, and just have a good time in Canada and embrace, my fan base over there. However, Jamaica, the last time I did a show was, I usually did a show for my birthday, right? I used to come down every year for my birthday in December and do a little show in the lot. But on the magnitude of doing a massive show, the last time we did a massive show, it was the show that I've done with Cedric the Entertainer. That was at the arena. And also I did a show with Mike Epps as well, right? And it's always a blessing to come back to Jamaica and do those type of shows. I actually have a show coming up August the 1st. That's going to be at a new venue, Old Harbour, St. Catherine. Everybody get ready, because it's going to be crazy. It's called, I think the venue is called Tasty Delicious Ice Cream Park. I think the name of it is. It's a new venue, and I'm doing a show there August 1st, so I can't wait to be back there as well.
Wow, time is chipping away. So I have 2 final questions for you. Earlier, you indicated that, you start early as it relates to your children. So how would you describe Majah Hype the dad?
Oh, I love to be a father. I love being a dad. Of course, I got married about 2 years ago. Going on 2 years ago, I got married, and me and my wife had a newborn child. His birthday is gonna be he's gonna be a year, June the 26th.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and just resetting the clock, because before him, my last son was 16. He is 16, and we have a new blessing now, a new bundle of joy, and it just reset the love clock, reset the purpose clock, everything. So I mean, being a dad is just, it's a blessing. It's something that always make me wonder how some man just walk with and then pick me up. You know what I mean? Because I love my kids with all my heart, and I do what I need to do, as a father to make sure that they are good. So yeah, it's a blessing.
And what advice would you give to someone with talent who is afraid of taking the next step? Maybe they're afraid of the criticisms or whatever it is.
Live in your purpose, live in your light. Don't let nobody dictate what you have to bring to the table. I mean, let's think about it, right? Legendary Bob Marley. If Bob Marley took the criticism of people, because remember back in those times, Rastafari was not embraced as much as it is now, right? If he let people dictate what he was supposed to sing about and do, he would not be the legend that he is today. right? So just think about that. Think about becoming the legend and living in your purpose and not let nobody else define what your purpose is. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, just put your best foot forward. And long as it's not something that is taking away your dignity or your respect, then why not?
And I cannot have major hype and not have you bring out Rasta. Wow, fire for that. Something.
Nah.
You have to give us something.
I'm sorry. Let me just correct myself. It's totally delicious ice cream park. That's the name of the venue
Okay,
for August
totally
for August
delicious.
the 1st. Let me just correct that. And greeting to the name of the Most High. Big up Irie from you don't know where I listen Irie from your little boy. Who not like that? Move up. You understand? Because you can't take away with joy. Big up Kashima Francis, because you don't know. And this is called the road to success. And who not like it, you don't know. Just go and get vexed. But you not stop with. Because we not have no stress. Mad.
Major hype, thank you so much. We wish you all the best and
Much
thanks for
love and
taking
much blessings.
time out. Yeah, man, blessings. All right, so of course that was Major Hype, Road to Success, the journey. Stick and stay. See you on the flip side of this break.
Get cash now by returning your Red Stripe flavors, Heineken, Malta, Dragon, and Guinness bottles. The time by Red Stripe is...
It is now 1:34.
Enjoy incredible savings across the Kia lineup with models as low as $20,000 per month. Plus, take advantage of 0% interest